Hey, is people here? Hey, how's it going? Hey, cool, this worked. I wasn't quite sure if this would work like this. How's everyone doing? Can you guys hear me? Oh. Can you guys hear me at all? Oh, cool, good. Alright, okay, cool. So I saw A Balance was doing the Auditing America video, but I figured I wanted to do it anyway because it was pretty funny. So, what I found. So let's go ahead and get people some. Uh, I don't know if you guys saw it or not. You guys probably have, but let's go ahead and.
What's going on, guys? It's Will Turbot from Demand the Truth. Fake Mike, real news. I'm here.
We're gonna give people a chance to come in. So, how are you guys doing this weekend? Did you have any big plans? Did you do anything fun? Yeah, I know it's still on. Thanks. And so I'm just learning this, trying to figure out how this works. I see the chat, thank goodness. Oh, you're doing a live chat Sunday? Okay. What are you gonna do a live chat on? Oh, are you talking about Bristol's live chat? Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are. Okay, well, that's, I don't know. I think probably everyone who's going to be here is going to be here. So let's go ahead and start. It's Auditing America's video he posted earlier today. I watched it. I thought it was quite entertaining. And the guy they dealt with when they're outside, it was just so funny. I thought he really handled himself well, so I wanted to shoot a video, and I thought I'd go live with it if I could. So let's go ahead and get started with it.
Here with Auditing America. We are here at the state capital of Vermont, Montpelier, Vermont, the Green Mountain State. Unfortunately, behind me, this beautiful building is closed, but that's not going to stop us. We're going to go to the Auditor's Building, the Secretary of State Building, and the State Office Building. We're going to do some First Amendment audits. Please go to YouTube/Demand the Truth.
Hey, Maggie.
Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, check out Mr. America, Auditing America. Like, share, subscribe. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Stay tuned.
I love old houses, and this building that they're going to right now, just look at that. It's beautiful. It reminds me of just like the old Victorian type houses that you see in certain places. Just beautiful architecture. I'm not sure how to fix that.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you? Excellent. I was just curious, just checking into public
Yeah, I'm
buildings.
not sure how to fix that. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to fix the picture. I'm testing this out to see how well it works. Like, not even sure. Sorry if it's really small. I'll try and find a different avenue for next time, I guess, if this doesn't work too well. But let's try and work with what we have for now, unfortunately.
You're filming me?
Yes.
Here, let me read the mission statement.
Thank you.
And actually, I'm not really sure what the policies are for filming us.
It should be protected under the First Amendment.
Okay,
But if you read the
I'm
mission-
not trying to be adversarial. I've just never had someone come in.
Really?
Yeah. So our mission is to hold state government accountable. This means ensuring that taxpayer funds are used effectively and efficiently, and that we foster the prevention of waste, fraud, and abuse.
Do you think you've done a good job so far?
Me personally, the office?
Yeah, well, both.
Yes.
Well, John, thank you for your work, and thank you for being very open. We need people holding the people accountable, and I think that's the best thing.
It's kind of surprising how nice Will is being right now. You know, normally I think he's really, because he's been called out so much, I think he is really trying to watch how he interacts with people. Maybe he saw how it was, or maybe the way people have been reacting to him is getting to him. I'm not quite sure. But either way, it's kind of nice to see he's not all, adversarial towards just people in general.
And that's what we're trying to do here. This was a First Amendment audit. We go around, we just ask people what their name, what they do here, and we want to make sure that the First Amendment, the right to film, is accessible, and you did a great job. You're a very cool person.
Thanks, dude. This is one of the only unsecured buildings, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You
so-
wanted to go over to the Capitol. Do you know when the construction is going to end?
I don't, but I do know the Secretary of State is also one of the few non-locked buildings.
Great. Well,
Good.
John, you have a great day.
Thank you, John.
You too. What's your
Appreciate
name?
it. I'm Enrique.
I'm Will. Well,
Yep.
you
Check
guys
us out on Auditing America.
Auditing.
Yep.
I will check you guys out.
Yeah, on YouTube. Look at
Take care.
Great
All right,
channel.
see ya.
Thank you, brother.
He was very nice.
Very nice.
Although he wasn't sure.
Wasn't sure, but doesn't mean just because you're unsure about something doesn't mean
Exactly.
you destroy somebody's rights.
He respected. Very good job, John. Let's go check out the...
Yeah, and if you guys are watching at home, I know sometimes we like to report the baddies and make sure we hold them accountable. And I always suggest never doing anything over the top negative or harassing. Let's remember that these people are our fellow brothers and sisters, and I myself have been reminded of that. I'm going to try to be more loving and more well-spoken in my videos and less confrontational. But we also have to remember, when people do a great job like that, we also have to call and say, hey, look, this person did a great job. So we're here now with the Secretary of State. So let's go see if the Secretary of State is as cool.
Thank
Hey,
you.
how are you?
Hello.
We can't have people just wandering around, unfortunately. What are you looking for?
I just wanted to take some pictures in a publicly accessible area of some of the historical artifacts you have.
Yep. As long as you stay right out in here, just because we have a lot of offices.
Okay.
Where people are trying to work. So
They're
just
private
try not-
offices?
Yeah, we just try not to go into individual offices, but you can definitely take pictures.
Thank you. And one last question. Is the lobby of the Secretary of State's office publicly accessible?
That's this office.
This is the lobby
Yes.
itself right here. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Yep.
Why would you...
Alana? Thank you.
Why would you say that you can't just have people wandering around? This
Because
is...
people are trying to do work.
Well, they work for us. So we're pretty...
No, Anselmo. They don't work for you because this is Vermont. You both live in Rhode Island. I don't understand why they don't get this. It's like, and they're gonna have like a big argument later about this. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Yeah, they're gonna have a big argument later, as you guys will find out. So, watch.
Pretty much we're the boss from the this is the people's
Would
building.
you like to speak with with Eric? He is our secretary's chief of staff.
Sure.
That staircase is beautiful, though. Don't you guys think?
We could be wandering around this building.
Oh, of course we pay for it.
We pay for it.
Wow, they have some cool books. Vermont Constitution, a replica. It's always good to have a. Sure, no rush. Thank you.
Can I help you?
We've been helped.
Is she okay?
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
I love how they're keeping them just waiting. It's great. Like, 'cause you know they're getting so impatient. These two are just so full of themselves that, you know, they probably are just hating the fact that they're keeping them waiting like this.
It is. Must.
We're in a state of constant surveillance. That's why what Mr. America does is so important, is because if we just allow the big brother state to spy on us, and it's a one-way street, and they know all of our information, where we are, our data, and they use that to subvert our rights. So we have to retain our rights, our privacies, and our freedom. So go to Mr. America's channel, like, share, and subscribe. Go to YouTube/Demand the Truth. Please help me out there. And that's why what he does, like I said, is so important, because we pay for this.
Hi, can I help you? I'm
Yes.
running the tea.
Hi.
My name is Will. Pleasure to meet you.
Robinhood is an
Pardon me?
investing app that lets you buy
We're
and
just
sell
in
stock.
town. We wanted to go to the publicly accessible buildings, take some photographs and videos of some historical and publicly accessible areas.
Okay. We don't usually take people through the buildings unless they're here on business.
Not necessarily.
We are here on business.
No, but I mean, are you here to register a corporation or register for elections or?
I'm working on a story
Okay.
on the Secretary of the State. This is the People's Building. This is the People's
This lady handles this situation so great.
House.
It is the people's building, it's the people's house, but that doesn't necessarily mean we have people going through it unless they're here for a particular purpose.
We're not
Well,
looking to go through any
well-
private offices. We're just wanting to go through the publicly accessible areas.
Okay.
And we are here for a specific purpose.
Okay, but you also were, I understand we're giving the receptionist a hard time. I've contacted
How
security.
am I giving her a hard time?
I'm gonna just.
She asked me if she told me
We did not
something.
even raise our voice. We just
Okay.
said we're taking. We would
You
like
made
to
her
take
nervous.
pictures.
And-
Why?
Because one of the things that she has responsibility for is when people come in here and there's any concerns, she can click on and just call somebody. to
That's
come in.
fine, but we
Let
haven't
me
said
ask-
anything.
So what I'm going to say is that I'll go upstairs and check. But as long as you're not going in the offices, you want to go down the halls, that's fine. I'm going to have security go with you just because I've got things I have to do before I leave before the end of the day.
There's no need for you guys
I
to.
just wanted to wonder why we were nervous. We were very cordial, very polite. We didn't raise our voices. I wanted to know. I wanted to
Okay.
know what made.
I haven't
nervous,
talked to
because
her
wouldn't-
specifically.
I wouldn't want to have that happen again.
I was in my, no, okay.
Well, you just said
Let's just
you
do
just said
this
we.
for a minute.
No, yeah, I'm being very calm. I just want to make sure we're on the right.
She was not comfortable. So
With what?
My job, she reports to me, so my job is when that happens, I come downstairs to see what's going on.
Was the camera making her uncomfortable?
I don't know. You know what? I don't know, but it could be that when people, we go through a lot of security training and emergency procedures training constantly. And we've just been through it. So everybody's a little leery because we have an open door. Not every agency has that anymore. You can't go through the buildings.
It should be an open door.
Well, the problem is that people get threatened sometimes in these buildings. So that's why she got a little nervous because she doesn't know what's.
We didn't do it.
We weren't expecting you to come in. Sometimes I'll tell you when the news people come in, they'll come in.
So it's the camera.
They'll come in here and they'll film, but we don't let them wander all through the building. I'm just telling you.
But we have the right. We have the right to do so.
You know, this is
we have to
say that with the governor's office too, but they had to lock that down because
did you
the back way.
Did you swear to protect the Constitution of the United States when you?
But that has nothing to do with it. What it has to do with is what our protocols are for security.
It does have to do.
The Constitution is a foundational document of this
I
country.
understand that. I'm very familiar with that. So I think the gentlemen, they're here to do a video of the Secretary of State's office. And they just said they didn't say anything. I have not spoken to the receptionist. She was nervous. She went upstairs. Just because I explained to them that we go through a lot of security training. There have been issues. We have a security plan, and one of those things is to let us know when something's happening. They don't want to go in the offices. They just want to film the building. I don't think that's a problem. Do you mind walking with them? I can't because I've got to get some work done before I leave.
See, I don't necessarily have a problem with what they're suggesting since most, as they've been saying, most of the offices down in this area are locked. So I don't think it's too much of an issue to be asked to be, for them to want to escort them through the building since they are one of the few offices that is open. But of course, that's not going to fly with them because they have to be able to do what they want to do whenever they want to do it.
I've got to take my daughter to the dentist too.
Absolutely.
Why do? Are you a police officer?
No, security.
There are security for the
Okay, may I know your name, please?
Security Officer Ketmel.
Okay, and you, ma'am?
And I am Officer Hosford.
All right, I'm Enrique. I don't understand why we have to be escorted through the building for exercising our constitutional right of freedom of the press. To First Amendment right, there's no reason for you guys to be here. You guys should be looking out for a bad guy, not a guy with a camera.
Questions about that, you can contact the commissioner.
Are you the chief of staff?
No, I'm the deputy secretary. I'm Chris.
Nice to meet you. I'm Enrique.
Hi, Enrique.
Hey, Will, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
We're just a little bit concerned that in order for us to exercise our First Amendment constitutionally protected right to be in this place, we have to be escorted by security. We feel some type of way.
Can I tell you that we have a lot of confidential information in this office, so it wouldn't be right.
I know that, but
It's our response. Well, here's the thing. This is our building, public people, public employees, we finance it. It's the responsibility of our employees to keep that information secure.
On their own desks in their own workplaces.
Well, here's the thing. You wouldn't...
You guys are being really unreasonable.
No, sir, please hear me out. You haven't even let me finish.
Sure.
I think you're being unreasonable. What I'm trying to say is, if you have sensitive documents, you wouldn't keep it out right there on the desk. You would keep it in a file where it should be.
They might be working.
This guy's pretty great too. He's just saying, you guys are being pretty unreasonable. They are. They're saying, hey, you guys can go do it. We asked you to do this because of the employees up there, because they don't usually let anyone upstairs. They're willing to let them go upstairs. But because it's not at, to their liking, to their understanding of things, which we all know their understanding of things isn't exactly correct all the time. They're giving this guy a hard time. He's trying to be really cool.
On it.
That's fine, but what happens is every single lobby area is publicly accessible.
Sure.
We're not asking to go into private rooms.
Okay.
All we're saying is, hey, we just wanted to go around, take pictures of this historical building that we pay for.
Sure.
We pay for you guys, we pay for the upkeep of this building. And I feel like, quite frankly, just to take pictures in the United States, to be escorted around by security seems very Big Brother-esque, especially when we're in a state of constant surveillance.
I'll walk around with you if you want.
The thing is,
I don't feel like
Wait,
I need my hand held to walk around the building I pay for, you know?
Sure.
I think it's very hypocritical.
Well, these are people's workspaces. They might have confidential information out.
Well, guess what?
Elections are a big deal right now, as you
They
well
are.
know.
And they're upstairs, so we don't just let people wander.
Well, you know what? You want to know what's a big deal
Well,
too?
guess what?
When I have to go pay
The
taxes.
thing is, you don't let people wander out.
Yes, because your taxes you pay in Rhode Island really have a lot to do with what happens in Vermont. That's the thing. They make it look like they live in whatever state they visit. This is my building. This is what I do. I'm Enrique. I'm Will. Me. That's all I hear from them.
But you guys fundamentally misunderstand the process here. Is that we're the bosses. We don't let people men around. This is our building.
Within
we give
reason.
you
Come on.
the privilege to work here, and we're being very cordial. The First Amendment is not about the weather. I could come in here and scream and curse.
Love that smile. We give you the privilege to work here. Like, really Will. Will's got some too cocky, man.
But I'm not doing that. I'm being as very cordial as possible. I just want to take pictures of a public building,
And someone will be walking with you through the public building.
That's all, because we don't.
Okay, so I just want you. I'm going to walk around now.
Sure,
and,
sir.
and you can have.
Upstairs. I do have something I have to get out.
Great.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of things to say, but I just want you to realize, as a Deputy Secretary of State who took an oath to the Constitution, do you understand the irony of having security officers walk people around for the First Amendment?
I don't understand your question.
Okay, it's total tyranny when you're escorted around the
You're in a
building.
public building. You're welcome to be in the public spaces.
Thank you.
We just have to do our jobs and make sure that everything stays secure.
And
But
I
we
can do
feel
my
like
job
they should be
to make sure
doing
that everything should
something
stay-
more important
This
than-
is a waste of taxpayer money right here, and my job as the boss is to make sure things are going well. And so, by you guys subverting the Constitution and misusing and appropriating funds, I feel like that's irresponsible. So I'm going to go ahead and take pictures. I appreciate you being cordial. I would wish that you would go reacquaint yourself with the Constitution as well as the Federalist Papers. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to walk around. I didn't mean any disrespect, but I just want people to realize that.
I just had to hear myself talk so I can make myself feel better and think that I'm telling you something and teaching you something, even though you're just talking to hear yourself speak well. We all know it already. Nothing new, sir.
This is our building, and I think it's actually very creepy to be followed around by people to go take pictures in a building. I mean, that's just creepy, right? And on top of that, the final thing I say, and that's my catchphrase, because I always say one more thing, is we're under a state of constant surveillance by Big Brother in the 21st century. This dude just cut his cell phone. Thank you, brother, for being kind.
I'll need to explain your presence to people too as we go through. I want to kind of surprise people.
Let them know to look busy. Their bosses are here.
Yes, look busy because your bosses are here who live in Rhode Island that pay zero taxes. So no, their bosses aren't there. Just self-appointed, self-important people that feel self-important are coming around trying to make some bucks on YouTube and make themselves feel better because maybe they're not getting enough at home, getting enough kind of acceptance at home.
You on break, brother?
I'm not.
No? Are you allowed to be on your personal phone at work?
This is where we might ask you to leave if you're going to disturb people who are working in their workspaces.
My employee is
He is not
wait-
your employee.
Do you work for the state?
You don't know whether or not I'm doing work on this phone. I do, yes.
Okay, so he is my employee.
We are going to ask you to leave if you're going to question people as you go through.
Wait,
this.
so the bosses are
we
not
have the
allowed
right to ask
You are,
questions.
you are not allowed, no.
I'm not allowed to express my First Amendment right in the people's house, is what you're saying. And I have to be escorted around by security. That is the definition of tyranny.
Do you wish for them to leave?
Why?
If they are disturbing employees who are trying
How are we? How is asking questions? How is asking
This
questions
is a disturbance.
a disturbance? Asking questions, ma'am?
Is anybody still here? I don't see a number of people or anything. So I'm just curious if anybody's actually here.
We have it all on video.
We've never even raised our voice. You've seen me being extremely cordial. If he has work to do, he can shut his office door and go to work. They're shutting down the building. This is sad.
So you want us to leave?
Albert? Yes. Come here, please. So are you going to leave?
You want us to leave?
Yes, please.
Are you giving me a lawful order?
I'm asking you to leave the building, or I will call Montpelier PD and have them come and help us assist you in leaving the building.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and step outside, okay? We're gonna call the police
Okay.
on you guys for kicking us out from our place, because somebody that swore to protect the Constitution, it needs, and maybe a police officer needs to inform you guys.
Maybe wait outside. You know, that was weird where we didn't raise our voices at all. There was somebody in the employee, as you said.
That's what High Desert Community Watch does. He calls the police on himself. So Enrique's taking a page out of his book then, huh?
In the hallway, I asked a question, and he said that's being disorderly. I did not raise my voice, and I've been extra cordial. And this guy just doesn't like the Constitution, so let's go talk to Montpelier PD outside, legally, lawfully. We were just given an illegal order, an unconstitutional
You weren't given an order. They requested you to leave. No one ever said you were ordered to leave.
order. And you know what's so funny is Justin next door, we just said, hey, what's your name and what do you do here? He says, hey, I don't know if you guys can do this, but I'll tell you my name and what we do here. This is our mission statement. I work for you guys, yeah.
Terrible, they kicked us out.
Whoa, we just got kicked out. Hopefully the PD show up so we can inform them. Unfortunately, it's a cold day. This is the problem about auditing. Oh, goodness gracious. People fundamentally misunderstand the Constitution. It's tyrannical. How does it feel to subvert the Constitution and put the state capital?
Okay, I'm going to fast forward it here for a little bit because they're just going to be talking, and then I want to get to the guy that comes out. There we go.
So that's pretty far.
I'm with
This guy is who I'm talking about. He handles the situation. He just does a fantastic job. Just have a listen and enjoy the lesson that these two are about to receive.
Hi, I'm James. Pleasure to meet you. Yeah. Okay, so we have.
I'm James. I'm Enrique.
Okay, so we were told by, we just called the police, and we were told by the police to contact the head of security. Is there any way you could get him on the phone for us, please?
No, he is.
Okay, so I'll give you a brief.
Phil.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
he's actually on vacation. That's why I
Okay,
can't
great.
remember
So
where he's
let
at.
me give you a brief rundown. We have this entire interaction, and we just called the police on video. Nobody raised a voice. Nobody did anything illegal. We walked into this building.
Really weird.
They are.
Yeah.
It's a mirror for the soul, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a little reflection. So, look, we came from a very long way just to take pictures of a publicly financed, publicly accessible, I don't answer questions, but I just wanted to tell you what's going on here, okay?
Well, I came from Florida, so that's pretty far.
I
came from Tennessee, so this weather's...
You actually come from Rhode Island. Did you just lie to that man and say you came from Florida? You did live in Florida, but you are in Rhode Island now. So you pretty much just lied to this guy. Great job, Anselmo.
I came to go see the State House, and we just found out that it's closed for construction.
Yeah.
So we're trying to take pictures.
Power grid in that building.
So we're trying to take pictures in whatever is
They
open.
said we were allowed to take pictures in there. They said it was perfectly fine. And they said, only problem is we're going to have security follow you around, which we were uncomfortable with being followed around for our First Amendment constitutionally protected right anyways. But we allowed it to happen. And then afterwards, there was somebody on the phone. I said, hey, are you a public employee here? And then the deputy chief the chief or deputy secretary of state said, okay, you guys, you can't be in here right now. We didn't raise our voice. I actually went out of my way to be increasingly cordial.
And she said we were creating a disturbance.
And now a disturbance.
Are you her boss?
Lots of questions.
Because this is important because a disturbance is a crime.
A disturbance is a crime.
That can land somebody in jail real
Well, it
easy.
just depends on how you define this.
Well,
okay.
You know, my,
So where
my
does
kids
the-
create disturbances, but I'm not going to put
Great.
kids in jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where does the First Amendment end and disturbing the peace begin?
So let's actually talk about the issue at hand. You wanted to go in the building. I'm freezing out
I'm
here.
freezing, yeah. I mean, I
don't know if there's anywhere we can go.
There's no. I mean, I just look.
So are you're a tourist and you want to look at buildings?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also vlog and do a number of things, but we're just concerned citizens. We came a long way. We wanted to take pictures.
Location unknown, but that's fine.
We wanted to take pictures. We checked in with the receptionist. By the way, we have it all on film. We checked in with the receptionist.
Everything you're saying is exactly what everyone else has said.
Okay, good.
There's no
So I don't understand why.
discrepancies in different
Good. So I don't understand what the problem
So,
is.
because in any office building, there's public areas and there's
And we've also. I understand that. And we
go to a public area.
Exactly.
When you go behind those desks.
Now I want you to notice he's not allowing this guy to talk. Will is trying to talk over him like he tried to do in the debate against Bristol. This guy is being cordial, just like Bristol was being cordial in the debate, even though Will is trying to insert himself as the top guy in this conversation. This guy's handling himself quite well, just like Bristol handled herself quite well in the debate.
We didn't do that.
And did you go up? It's upstairs.
We did.
And it's considered a work area that people are only escorted.
They let us go upstairs. We never made it anywhere.
They walked with us.
I know
up the stairs.
the deputy secretary
And the security guards as well walked us up the stairs. So they didn't say don't go in there. To the contrary. Now we said even before we went up there, we have it again on video. We said we're not going into any private offices. We're going into the hallways and any publicly accessible lobbies. We just wanted to quickly take pictures and be on our way. But then we had a constitutional right denied. We just want to go in there, take pictures of only the publicly accessible places and public lobbies, and then be on our way.
Well, then it's just the lobby on the first floor. The hallway upstairs is the employee area. That's where they work.
Well, no,
See, there it is again. This is just like when they went to the Amtrak station and the guy kept telling him this is not a lobby. This is a. Oh, where can I go in the lobby? It's not a lobby. Where can I go in the lobby? It's not a lobby. This guy's showing them the upstairs is office area. You can't go up there. What is so hard to understand about that?
The offices themselves.
That's where we have a disagreement.
Well, it's not a disagreement. It's legal. It's
How
the
is that
Constitution.
legal?
Well, because
So where in the Constitution does it talk about the hallway versus the offices on the second floor?
what it is
state
unless a room is specifically marked as private.
And they're letting you know it's private up there. So what's the problem?
Him and I travel around the country. We travel around the country. We've been
in Tennessee?
Not yet.
Not yet, but we're going to.
We are going
We're
to. So, and look, there's private offices. We understand. We went to the Senate recently, right? And
Which one?
The United States Senate, right?
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then so we go in. Everyone has their little office, and then behind there they have a secure door. We're not trying to go in the secure door. Yeah. We just want to make sure when we're.
How do we meet our public employees?
That's funny. When they were at the Amtrak, they were trying to go behind a secure door.
Want to meet
Not only that, right? This country
in a public area.
Well,
so
the lobby.
Well, here's a better reason.
So that you guys don't handle anything upstairs with the public. So if I want to come over here, I'm not allowed to go upstairs. Is that what it is?
Here's the thing. This country started on a 3% tax on tea. We're now taxed up to 40%. I just want to take pictures in a publicly accessible area because this individual has exposed government corruption and people pretending to fraudulently be people. Matter of fact, just last week, just the other day, we were in Massachusetts at the State House. We walked in and they were eating pizza, having candy, and doing all this.
Because, you can't have an office party at all, can you, Will? Fucking idiot.
So we want to make sure. Yes, we wanted to make sure that
they not allowed to eat candy.
Well, it looked more like a pizza party.
Well, they were in a rush to shut the door and say we're not eating pizza.
Is that not allowed?
Not on taxpayers' time.
Really? You shouldn't be partying if we're paying you to work. Well, is what I'm saying. That party's for after work.
You said you're eating candy and pizza.
We weren't.
No, the employees were.
Regardless,
Yeah.
regardless, all we want to do is we just want to go take pictures. We don't want to go into any private places, right? We specifically said we didn't want to.
We would have left in a minute.
We've already wanted to go. I have to go to the bathroom. I want to get something to eat. I just want to go, like I was promised.
Yeah.
Like
And so they did take you up the stairs, right?
Well, she lied.
Get to the top of the stairs. The chief. This is exactly what happened. We have it on video.
She lied and she accused me of creating a disturbance. No one was creating a disturbance.
That is very.
No one was Listen, standing up for your rights and saying what you feel is not creating a disturbance. Okay.
He really hates people that are in uniform. Look, instead of focusing on that guy, he goes to focus on her. She's back there minding her own business. She's like smiling. She's being polite, nodding, letting him get his little thing out, and he's getting all his little jollies out.
If you don't, just because, hold on, let me say something. Just because you don't agree with what I say, doesn't give you the right to lie and say that I'm creating a disturbance.
Well,
it does not.
The definition, and it is
exactly. But she's a security officer. She should be well aware of our rights to be in there and video record as long as we want. It's not an opinion.
It's subjective. All right.
Well, the First Amendment.
She's a security officer. She can't be accusing people of crimes.
We try to look you talk to several politicians. I have literally dozens of cops on tape, and I ask them every single time, where does the First Amendment end in disturbing the peace or disorderly start? There is no answer, because it's anti-constitutional. There is no answer to that question. The right to protest means I can yell anything that I want.
Guys, listen,
right now.
we're going to be here all day.
So can you please just let us take our pictures and be on our way then?
You can only go in areas that are open to the public in the state buildings.
That's fine.
We know that.
Go into...
But we want to do what we want to do. If we feel it's a public area, we want to go behind it because we feel. We don't care what you guys think. We're the people. We decide what's public and what's not public is essentially what they're saying.
Areas you have to be escorted. Okay? And it's up to the officer.
Okay, no problem. Escort us.
Like, listen, you already ruined that.
So
whatever happened in that building in there.
You ruined it.
No, wait. This is important.
You ruined it. We do.
No, you ruined it by trying to be an ass and get your little views on YouTube by talking down to government employees because a lot of your fans dislike the government and dislike authority.
Where the bosses are, because I'm being too cold. And this,
you're being too nice to him. You're being too nice to him. We have business in there. That's what you're not understanding. We fund this place.
I'm sorry, are you from Vermont?
It doesn't matter.
It gets federal money.
That is awesome. That was just great. Like, we fund this. Are you from Vermont? It doesn't matter. Will. It doesn't matter. And he says they get federal funding. Well, let's find out what Mr. Man said. He's just smiling. He's finding this so humorous.
Every building gets federal money.
No, it really doesn't.
No,
really?
As a matter of fact, it does.
No, it really doesn't.
Vermont receives no federal funding?
Not for the Secretary of State's building right here on this street.
Doesn't matter.
You're really trying to manipulate.
Oh, it doesn't matter when they get told that they're wrong. But now all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. God, you guys are just so full of shit. God, these guys are ridiculous. And this guy he has the upper hand. They don't like it. So now they're going to try and, retake the upper hand.
Doesn't matter. The Constitution of the United States applies in the state of Vermont.
Further in this building without escort, and you have to have business in the building other than just to look around. That's the
business.
If you want to negotiate,
this guy, whatever training this guy has, every state employee, federal employee, police officer, everybody needs this kind of training that this guy has. I wholeheartedly feel that yes, you do have a constitutional right to film, and that's all great. But you need, in certain businesses, offices, you need business. And filming is not official business. I don't care how they try and spin it. Just going in a building and filming is not official business. Which is why people who go into post offices, the ones that buy a stamp, hey, they have official business there. Now, if they're supposed to be in there, that's up for debate because Poster 7 sure makes it seem like they shouldn't be in there, but they have been allowed to. So, I don't know.
It's not going to
Well, we're working on this. Okay, so you know what's our business? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about my business. No.
Oh, he's going to start bragging because he's upset now. He's upset that this guy has an upper hand on him. So now Anselmo's going to do what Anselmo does better and talk about his business. And you know what that includes? Money. Wait for it.
Hold on, let me talk to him now. Let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you about my business. I haven't said a word, but
Go ahead.
I have a very good job. I get paid probably more than everybody that works in this building. I am a taxpayer and I pay a lot in tax.
So that has exactly what to do with the price of tea in China.
Access. I have the right to be in this building and exercise my freedom of the press, which is applied in the state of Vermont, right?
You have the right for free speech.
And freedom of the press. Apparently, freedom of speech doesn't.
I'll let you.
Freedom of speech doesn't apply. Freedom of speech doesn't apply when somebody disagrees and try to frame you with disorderly conduct.
Our official business here is
She's not trying to frame you with disorderly conduct. She's not an officer. You're adding shit. Stop doing that.
Reading as the press and exercising our First Amendment. As I said, if whether you need to escort us or not.
What is the media connection to this?
This is Auditing America.
He's got 30 million views in 1 year. He's one of the biggest people on the internet. Even YouTube sending.
Oh my God, he is not one of the biggest things on the internet. What you're saying is this guy is on the level of PewDiePie or SS Sniper Wolf or whoever. No, he is navalent in the YouTube world, which makes me worse than navalent. But still, he is navalent.
Protecting the First Amendment.
Is this a news story?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then you need to submit.
This is going to be seen. This is going to be seen by a lot of people. Okay, a lot. So good luck with that. You're going to look real bad on the internet. Real bad. How many people have you gotten in trouble by using that little disturbance word?
But our process would mean that lower law would go up through the Supreme Court.
What's your name? Oh, you told me already. Let me take a picture of it. Vicky.
He's not getting the response that he wants. Will is trying to win a debate. So you see, they're both in their element here. Will is they're both trying to get a superiority feeling, but through doing different things. And someone's trying to, get some sort of reaction out of security guard. He's failing miserably, and he's getting more and more and more upset. Will is trying to prove that he is right and he knows more than this guy, and he's failing. He's not necessarily getting upset as Anselmo here is, but you can tell he is quite not happy with the situation.
Well, so if a private citizen going to work here in the state building.
I mean, we do this for a living, so we know. We're not going into, we don't go into any private office.
We do this around the whole country, and we never get kicked out. We came here from far. I spent a lot of money to come over here to do this.
I don't change the rules, even if
you shouldn't be doing that.
I wouldn't still be allowed to let you go into that area unnecessarily.
Okay, if you have the same beliefs as us,
now,
it doesn't make a difference.
The person that is in charge of that building has said, okay, listen, they don't have business in here. I tried. It got a little controversial or confrontational, and so I don't want them to share.
And this is
so let's move forward.
Okay, I will say
is there another state building that you would like to see inside of?
Well, I
can help me negotiate this a little better.
Yeah, okay.
So you're not
Sure, and I appreciate you being very cordial because honestly, I was very upset, and I was upset because
I am upset.
Because
She tells that to a cop, I get arrested.
Your security guards in the face as they're destroying what that flag represents, which is the Bill of
That's
Rights.
an extreme.
No, sir, and this is.
stretch. It
I let you talk.
It's
I let you
so
talk.
amazing.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk.
All right, go
Give
ahead.
me a chance. So, you said the boss of this building doesn't want us here. Unfortunately, hear me out.
In the employee area.
Sir,
No.
I let you talk. Sir,
You're making statements
no,
that are
sir.
not accurate,
Sir,
and then you're moving forward.
No,
I don't
sir.
have the time to go back and correct it.
Sir. Okay.
All right.
So you did.
You're welcome to the lobby.
Okay, wait, stop.
No longer
I think
welcome.
you're
I'm just
misunderstanding what I'm saying. Okay, you said I believe you, I might be wrong.
No longer
Correct me if I'm wrong.
welcome.
The boss of this building said he doesn't want
No longer welcome.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, what did you say? I'm sorry.
You're shivering too.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Just tell me not be on our way. I don't want to take any more of your time, but what?
It is trying to talk with Will, as if you've seen any of his conversations, it's like he uses circle logic. And I'm sure Bristol can account for that as well.
What did you say? The boss?
Okay.
What did you actually say?
Okay.
Sorry for putting words in your mouth.
The deputy commissioner, once he took you upstairs,
Yep.
so in the hallway, you started trying to interview someone else, became disruptive in the work area. He needs to get his people back to work and just asked you to leave the work area.
That's exactly what we asked him. If he was at work.
And then I will leave, okay? What I would say is the deputy works for us. Everybody in this building works for us.
No, you don't pay taxes in Vermont, so they don't work for you, and he's already pointed that out, but you guys don't care. It's part of your speech, so of course, truth doesn't really matter to that, because, you know, it's already ingrained wherever you go. You guys could go to California or Oregon, you'd still say, it's our building, even though you live on the East Coast.
The true boss of this building, and we were not going in anybody's office. There was somebody in their cell phone in the hallway, and I asked him if he was on break. And he responded back to me, and because we asked that question, we were kicked out. Now I would urge you to go home and to check into the fact that look up the legal. Just look up anywhere you go. We have the right to camera. I appreciate you being nice and cordial, but at the same time, we were just kicked out. We weren't accused of a crime. We just had to call the police right now.
Who never responded.
Who never responded.
Who never responded.
Gotta love that. Yeah, the police never showed up, did they?
Because
there's
why?
not a situation.
And the unfortunate thing about part of this is I don't want to have to build.
There is a situation because we think there's a situation. We are not being given the proper respect that we deserve.
A legal case about people specifically and get their names and find out, hey, these are people, and sue them specifically. Because when my grandfathers fought for this country, my great-grandfather fought for this country, and so many...
Okay, anyway, so yeah, that's that video. Let me know, guys, what you guys think in the comment section, because I'm just going to end this here. I don't even think there's anybody watching. But... hope you guys have a great day, and hope you enjoy the debate, which I think is on right now. So, see ya, and catch you in the comment section.